This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
Live from the Culture Lab in ATL, it's time for that Big Facts, Big Bank, Baby J, DJ Screen. Listen, we welcoming today, the one and only,
queen.
the legendary, the queen. Trina is finally on Big Facts. The day has come. Trina on Big Facts. You know how long the fans been waiting on this?
Oh, wow. Really?
We appreciate
Since we started?
Yeah, so we were supposed to do
It's
it
been like 5 years? 4 or 5 years?
It's 5 years. We're 5 years old. Clap it up for Big Facts.
Yes.
We're 5 years old. So we had a conversation on one-on-one, but I was like, Trina, you got to come to Big Facts and talk to the family.
Because we don't get that many girls up here. Well, I'm here now.
We
So
got
I'm here with you guys.
the one and only. So
yes, the
first
dog.
off, this wellness check. How are you? Everything good?
I'm great.
You great?
Yes.
How does it feel? Just like you've been in the game for a while, but you've been consistent. You've been vibrant. You always are a part of something positive. You've been getting money. That's another good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you've actually been deemed one of Double XL's most consistent female rappers of all time.
Nice.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel? And to the other ladies in the culture trying to accomplish what you've accomplished, like give us some tips, some gems.
I mean, I just feel great. I feel amazing in the space I'm in. I've been in the game now. It's going to 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
So to be consistent for 24 years, that's a lot, you know. And I love all the girls that's out today. When I started, it was maybe like 6 of us or something, maybe 6 about 7 at the most. At the same time, and now it's almost 100 girls. You know? Like it's so many female artists and just different, you know. And I just feel like that consistency is a key power to staying on your game, in the game, and it's changed a lot. You know, social media, all this stuff has changed. So you just got to find that energy to just kind of like find your path and navigate that through your music. You know.
So talk to us and tell us what it was like growing up in Dade County.
That was the best. Yeah, this is Miami. Like everybody wants to come to Miami, but Miami, where I grew up, that's Liberty City. That's the real Miami.
Right.
That's not South Beach. That's not Miami Beach or none of that.
Yes.
That's like the hood. That's the real part of Miami. Yeah, that's when you go get down and dirty.
Yes.
But it was just a great place, you know. Miami was just fun. It's hot all the time. You know, it was always parties, music, just all kind of stuff. And when I was real young growing up, like, you know, before we was able to go to like a club or like see, we didn't really have like, I don't remember, we didn't have like house party kind of vibes. It was more like clubs and, you know, 18 and older, whatever. But if you couldn't go, that's where Luke came in and played a big part because he had the Pac Jam, which was for teenagers.
What's that?
That was just a club for teenagers. Like from 14 to like, I think 17 or 18. Yeah. You had to, you couldn't drink, it was no drinking or nothing. It was just chips and not snacks. Kool-Aid and juices and stuff. So it was just a place where like, so what it was is DJs, they'll have like 2 sets of DJs and DJs will come out and bring all these big speakers and they like dotting it out in the space. And so one side is playing something and they'll stop, they'll play. So that's what we did growing up. So that was our excitement, entertainment, and having fun. So, and it's Miami. So, you know, it's always the beach and always that kind of stuff. But that was the real juice of it.
Okay.
What you think your mark on the game is? Like, that's Trina shit. Like,
I feel like it's stamped, you know, everything. It paved the way for a lot of the girls that's out today. A lot of new artists, a lot of girls to feel confident, to feel like they could pop their shit and, you know, do their thing. And, you know, these girls, everybody come from different places. When I look at the music today and all the new artists, they come from different places, different backgrounds, different struggles, you know, different, you know, situations than I came from. And to see them get in the game and navigate and say, I got a record. And just probably a month ago, I was nobody. Just a girl from my hood or from my city or working at a drive-thru or a club or whatever. But now, it's viral. It's social media. It's different ways to be an artist, put out music. You ain't got to shop a demo or go to a record label and try to shop a deal. All you got to do is get a way to put your music together and put it up. And then you put out a banger and everybody's on that. So I just look at it, I like that. I love that it's like raw and fresh like that. You know, it's hard though for women, honestly. They need to know that. It's not an easy thing because again, we require way too much, a lot of glam and all the stuff that comes with us. So when it comes to like that and being consistent and wanting to put out content or videos, and now everything is content. Everything is we need to see it. Like, what are you doing? Even if it's in your car, or even if it's walking down the street, you film yourself. So, just to be that consistent, that's investing in yourself. You got to spend money on that.
Right.
Guys, y'all can put on a shirt and jeans or whatever. Girls got to get all done up. So just to invest back into yourself, that's a power point in making it in this game. You just got to find strategy, stick to that.
How much you think women artists spend a year on glam?
Glam?
Yeah.
No, honestly, a lot. I'm gonna be honest. Like, just realistically, like last year, I think I spent like $125,000, and that's just makeup. That's not hair and stylist. That's makeup.
That ain't the clothes or none of that.
That's just makeup.
Damn.
So that's their jury. That's our jury, basically.
That's basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
And they gotta have a jury too, though.
Yeah, that's another expense. So you gotta really
Yeah.
like figure out your plan in order to like manifest your look. It's all about like constantly involving it, but it's an expensive factor. And even when it comes to like women, girls, and labels, the labels do not want to, for the expense for that. They don't want to do that because it's over expensive, and that's another cut for girls in the game.
Right.
Like, so you got to really be kicking in, making some bread in order to invest back into yourself to come out looking like,
Yeah,
But
you gotta
it's
have
like-
somewhere to pull that money from.
Yeah.
It's like when you was in the game though, like when you first came in, it was like full of niggas, and you still stood out amongst the niggas. Like, we can give you that. Like, you come on the track with any nigga, you ripping it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that ain't really happening these days. Like, girls actually making their own tracks and popping off.
Yeah.
Like how females used to be featured on nigga songs and shit, and we're going crazy. You see what I'm saying?
Now
It's
it's
that-
more girls just got their songs, and this is the pop-off song. I'm
And
standing
they might
on
put a
my
nigga on their song. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you can get on a song with one of them niggas and rip they shit.
Yeah.
That's what it was that moment, though. When you heard Nine, everybody was like, who is this?
Yeah.
Like, it was just one of them moments.
It kind
Like,
of set a tone for like girls to like pop up, like
Facts.
say how they feel, and going against a guy. That
Exactly.
kind of set the tone for that. So when you now
Exactly.
have a dude put a song out, or you want to put a girl feature, that's what she's going for. Like, I'm about to like rip this down.
And
That's it.
especially
That's what I-
like, I'm
My
sorry,
bad, my
especially
bad,
like
bad.
with the type of content that was in Nan Nigga, and like the type of shit that you were saying. I was reading online somewhere that people like kind of look at you as Sexy Red's fairy godmother.
Oh gosh.
like
Lord
you
have
kind of
mercy.
like you crawled and walked so she could fly type shit. Like, because back then, even like to this day, like you kind of set the precedent and allowed females to unabashedly and openly feel comfortable expressing how they felt about their sexuality. And before then, it was like a taboo matter, and oh my God, like, don't talk about that, don't say this, don't say that. You put it all out on the table and was like, fuck it, here I am, this is how I feel, take it or leave it. And you really did a lot for women back then because they didn't have an outlet, and you were like the outlet for that.
When I had learned the difference, well, this is the very beginning, because when I first did the Nan record, right, recorded, we did the video, we did all that. And mind you, Nan came out 98, but like August, I believe, like in August of 98. And right after the song came out, that's when it was Trick's birthday. And his birthday party was the first time I went to a club and he was about to perform his first album, but then this is the biggest record you got now. So I'm just there, and this is, of course, the night I never performed the song.
Right.
Because I've never performed ever before on the stage, so I didn't know what
to do.
the hell I was going to be doing. So when
Yeah.
I'm at the party, and, he's doing all his other songs he had with Luke, everything on his
Yeah,
project.
yeah.
And when this record came up, and my friends are like pushing me, like, go to the front. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I'm just here for the party, like, to have a good time.
Yeah.
So now the song comes on, and they hands me a mic, but I'm just standing there, and I'm just looking at, Trick them, they are in they element,
Yeah.
they pumped up, and the crowd is going nuts. But now you hear me come on the front, talking my shit. So when it comes down to my verse, I'm standing in the stage with the mic with all these people just looking at me. I'm not saying nothing. Like, I'm just,
You froze.
I couldn't even speak. I was like,
Oh God.
But they
And
was
this
singing your
was-
shit though. They was
I
singing.
know, word for word. And
Yeah.
this is what made me realize, like, okay, I was in the studio with my girlfriends and I did the record, but I was boosting off of them. Like they gave me the energy. Like if I ain't like talk that shit harder than Trick, they was like, no, you gotta say something else. It gotta be. So but when I did the song and I didn't say a word at this show, and every girl in the club knew it resonated song word for word.
Yes.
And I was just like,
I'm that bitch.
ooh.
I got something.
And yeah, like y'all nasty. Like y'all just all the stuff that y'all want to say. I just instantly knew it was that whole taboo factor. Because I didn't say nothing and you guys memorized it. The song had just came out in August. Trick birthday was in September. Yes. And this is my first time at a club in a setting where he's about to hit the stage and I don't know what the hell I'm about to do. I'm just standing there like coming to support, but not coming to, actually get on the stage. But that's how I figured that out.
Okay.
From the beginning. Very first beginning. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's
so
hard.
you say you kind of that was you knew that was like the lane. Like I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna just.
Well, what happened. So that was the beginning. Now, fast forward a little bit. I'm not really sure like when FAMU's homecoming or whatever, but we gonna go to the next year. Now it's already out, so it's on radio. It's big. This is
lit in the city.
Crazy. Yeah. So now we go do. This is the first big concert in Tallahassee for FAMU. It's homecoming. It's the moment. Everybody. I'm talking about so many people. It's crazy packed. And now now I'm ready. When I hit the stage, I'm gonna do this verse. I got dancers with me. I'm ready now. Oh yeah, I'm about to like push Trick off the stage. And so what I learned at that moment was, again, because I only had this one record, it was just me. And when I did the verse, and I'm watching the girls do the exact same thing, but I'm performing it now. And now I'm looking at them, and then that's what gave me my whole lane of women are paying attention.
Yes.
Everything you say, they're gonna say. Make it meaningful. Take like control of it. Like I'm looking at them like this is like I just built this family, like this organization of women, and like, oh, you a bad bitch, like you the baddest bitch. Like I gotta, and that's how
the bad bitch community.
Baddest bitch song came up because I was just looking at all these women like, if I was saying, now was that, I need something that is gonna like just chant and represent for all the girls. Forget about the whole now. Now I'm on me and the girls now, and that's how I start creating the lane of the women music and the baddest bitch record and the pullover and these kind of here we go, and that's how
like assert yourself with these niggas type shit.
That's how it kind of came.
Exactly.
Have you always go ahead? Have you always lived in Miami?
Always.
You never leave. Like
I've traveled all over the whole world, but I ain't gonna lie. First of all, y'all lucky that I'm here because I started feeling a little bit of weather change outside. I don't like the cold at all.
Right.
I need to stay where it is
hot.
Okay, y'all good.
You get to the water.
But when I feel that temperature start to sneaking up, like, hold on, is it starting to get cold? Y'all got to book me in the summertime. I ain't coming. But always. I love Miami. It's just like that's the go. So I know what people feel like when they come to Miami. But they go to the beach and they like, I don't even go to the beach because I've done that my whole life. But it's just the atmosphere, the warmth, like the city life of it that I love. Yeah.
What I was about to say, I see. So do you think that started you and Trick, like, because it seemed like y'all got a relationship the way y'all be, like, comparison, like, bro, I do this, or I do that, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that the song started that type of relationship?
Well, because this is the thing. Trick always feels like I'm bossy, so all the like basically like y'all girl, like you listen to her, this is gonna get you in trouble. You listen to her, like basically saying like, because everything she say is like. It's always I'm gonna be. It's gonna be whatever I'm doing is wrong to her. Yeah. Like, oh, that's wrong because you're misogynistic.
Like, fuck you, nigga. Tater head got the number.
And I call you out on it every time, and he hates that. And so it's always gonna be all the girls I'm riding for, no matter what he's saying. And he'll want to talk about everything you don't even know these things about women. Hush. So I've always been like that. Yeah, like hush. Like I've always been like that with him, and that's how that energy kind of created. Like, okay, you gonna pop it, but when you spin the block, I'm over here. I'm gonna stop it. Like, that's how we.
How y'all maintain the friendship out of that time though?
I mean, well, we kind of grew. I grew up like we went to junior high, so I always knew him even before the music. Yeah. And so, once we started doing music or whatever, then it became like everybody else on the label, all of us. It was just like a big family. And then, once we started. When we first started off in the beginning, I went on a tour. That was the first tour with Trick, and then. After that, we kind of branched off. I was doing my own thing. I did my second album, and we would just like kind of link up to do shows. Like everybody that booked the show wanted us to do Nan together. So we'll always be in some atmosphere to have to always do that, no matter what.
Who the GOAT from Florida?
What's Florida? I'm from Miami. What you mean?
Florida,
The
period.
whole Florida?
State. Well, Miami. My bad. Dade County.
I'm the GOAT in Dade County. What you mean? No, Luke is the GOAT from Dade County.
Okay.
We got to give Luke that respect and that whole, because we wouldn't even much be able to pop our shit how we popped it if Luke didn't get that parental advisory sticker.
In fact.
Everything would just be completely beat out on the whole shit. You don't know what we talking about. So we definitely give him that for his contribution of what he did. And then as far as the artist, like, you know, damn, who is the artist we got in Miami? Like Drake, Ross, who else?
Sure.
I don't even know. I'll be in my own little Trina bubble.
Drake,
but
Ross,
GOAT,
Trina.
That's definitely me. You gonna put me on that Mount.
Oh, Mount Rushmore. You saying like out of four? Can't pick one.
Yeah,
everybody contributed.
Everybody contributed their own thing. Trey did his thing.
Homie
Ross
was just
did
here.
his thing.
Salute to him though.
JT Money
was
did
just
his thing.
here.
Yeah.
So JT Money is like before Trick.
Yeah.
And that was what we came up on. JT Money was that. You know, he's older. He's the real. He is GOAT. He been there. He popped it for Trick to be able to pop it.
Right.
Nah, I fuck with that. It's like we can't put it to one. We'll give it to Luke.
You gotta give it. We give it to Luke for overall, exposing
popping
the
it
whole,
off
to start it off, like getting the whole genre started, and that was the top. That's how it started. After that, then he opened the door, and after that, JT came in popping it, and JT had the whole city, the hood, everybody. That was the talk, and then Trick came after that, and then there's the Queen.
Yeah. Say less. Mount Rushmore.
This is exciting that you got a book, right?
Yes.
You finally arrive and you have this book. 2-part question. What made you decide to finally write a book? And then there's an excerpt in there where you say being a beautiful woman is a form of currency, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess talk about what made you decide to write the book and talk about this beauty and currency situation in the book, The Baddest.
Well, I just did the book first just so this is because I've done a lot for 24 years and it's people like, you know, I'm always private. It's always what you see. Like if it's a video, if it's a show, this is the entertainment world of me, you see. But when it comes to my personal, I be away from the world really. And like, so when it's my story, I've always heard my story chopped and screwed in all type of ways. And some of this shit, I be like, what? I don't even know what you're talking about. So me, I'm always straightforward. It is what it is. If I did, I did. If I didn't, I didn't. I say that I'm mature and grown. The book is to say, this is how it really happened. This is how it started. This is how I was Trina before you guys knew I was Trina. Before The Baddest appeared, before all of this. That was how the story came up and, you know, how I navigated my way into the industry, how it started, the whole situation doing the song from Trick to everybody else I worked with in the industry. You know, it's a lot of speak on, like a lot of female artists in there in the book that I spoke about because I've worked with some of the most amazing female artists in this industry. Right. You know, hip hop, R&B, whatever. I've done that. So I learned a lot from them, and like most of us have built like great friendships, and we've grown together in this industry. You know, and I wanted to put that in there. I just wanted to tell my way, like, you know, what made me do this, how I navigated through this. It's good, it's bad, the loss, stuff that just really broke me, that just really like took almost the life out of me, that I had to continue to work through in my career and just work because that's what I was used to doing, you know. And just like, you know, just stuff, the good, the bad, the ugly. Losing my mom was like, that's the icing of the cake for me. That's like my heart died, you know, and that's something true that I wanted to say because people watched it with me, and sometimes it's over emotional to where I got to a point to where like I couldn't even speak about it. I would just cry. I would just be sad. I would be completely lost, and that was all important because I still was working and pushing through these stuff. And sometimes people would be like, you know, is you okay? Are you happy? Are you having a good day? No, I'm not. But I'm still here. Like I'm here, you know. And you know, it was just my story. You know, everybody that I worked with in Miami, all the artists in the game that I respect and that I enjoyed working with, and you know, just my life. And that's kind of how I did it. And we're turning into a movie. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big.
Nah, it's best way to tell your story before they tell it for you.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't want to get in my flowers. I'm not giving to somebody that told my story. And I'm like, no, that is not what happened. That is not that I remember. I remember it going like this. And you cannot tell that because you wasn't there. I don't care what you saw or somebody wrote. I don't care about what picture. That's not what happened. This is what happened. Let me take you
Right.
down memory lane. Let's take it all the way back from the beginning to before I was born, and my whole consenting everything, and let's start.
All
from
that's
there.
in the book.
Everything's
Right.
in the book, and yeah. I got Missy Elliott to do the foreword of the book, which really meant a lot to me because Missy
Because she's one of your best friends.
Missy's one of my greatest friends in the industry
Yes.
from day one. She's always been genuine, always been like herself. Like I learned a lot of the business and how to make sure that I was making my money from Missy.
Right.
Like Missy's the only artist I know like in this game when we came in, and I didn't even know this, or I honestly didn't even have control of this because it was all controlled by the label. But like artists will get like so mad when your records is leaked and something come out and you in your camp trying to figure out how it came out, and it's always a back and forth blame game. And Missy's the artist that I know that never had that problem. She never had her records leaked. You never heard a Missy Elliott leaked record. She just didn't play it. She didn't put her records around. Ain't nobody in the camp getting no Missy record until it's done, ready to come out. And I just was like, you just learn and you understand how you need to control your own self to make stuff. Because otherwise you're going to stay being mad. You're going to stay going through the same stuff. And ain't nobody want to take the blame. Nobody want to be like, oh, it's my fault. Everybody going to get silent because they thinking you can't, figure out who it was or the fingers being pointed. But yeah, just that. And like she's been there like through all the baddest parts of my career and the best, like motivating, pushing. I pushed her the same way, And I just, that's like the people that I genuinely like it's not, the industry really is not made for friends. You don't know if you're going to make a friend or something. You work with these people. But that don't mean, and I'm about to tell you my life story, and that don't mean start asking me for money because we're not friends.
Right.
This is like we're associates working the business. I respect you, you respect me.
Yeah.
And that's keep moving. Eventually in time, you meet people in this industry that we in, and then these kind of people are the people you want in your life. The genuine people, the people that really call you when the camera's off, the lights off, or check on you when you done lost somebody. Not when the hype is up, when the hype is 3-4 years later gone. Still see how you doing. And those are the people that I like to have in my circle.
Right.
What you think the obstacles is being your true authentic self in this game?
Truthfully, for me, I think that's the only way you really survive. Because when you're not truthfully your authentic self, you get caught up in the hype, you get jaded, you get jealous, you get lost. No matter
What about like people? Like how people receive
Yeah, but that's the thing. When I say that's how the only way me personally feel like you really win, because if you stay your real authentic self, no matter how nobody perceive you, you're going to still be yourself. Whether they stop perceiving you 50 years from now, when you're not on this show, when you're not doing whatever your life is, and you're home with your wife or your kids, your family, you're still your same person. You did not have to transition to another person to like be in this. That's not the case.
Nah, that's 100.
That's when you get completely lost if you're not who you are. I don't care what nobody looking at you as. You don't know me. What you think you know, what you see, or if you heard me say I could talk. This is a freedom of speech that we live in. It's country. So how I talk or how I create and how I feel, that's how I feel. I was feeling good this day. I felt like making a good record. I was feeling sad this day. I made a sad record. I was feeling like turning up. I was feeling like partying. I was feeling like popping my shit. I was feeling like, fuck you, I'm making this record. I was feeling like being sexy. I was feeling like being loved, unloved, whatever I feel, I'm going to pop it. That's the feeling I'm in. Who are you to say, oh, you shouldn't say or feel that way? There's a lot of things you probably say and do, and we just don't know about it. So that judging thing that will kill your, like the organic person you are. So when you change that, then who are you?
People try to hold you to one moment too.
Yeah, you
They
can't.
try to hold you to one moment, but what she's saying is I displayed most of my emotions in front of y'all face through my music. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take out, y'all want to take it. One song don't mean that's me every day.
You can't be.
It's
that
just
one
the image
person
that I
every
choose
day.
to project at that time.
Yeah.
I got 6 albums. There's no way that one song could be me every day. You get what I'm saying? There's so many different emotions, so many different type of, oh, you came this way, but Nan record is nothing like Here We Go.
Fact.
Here We Go record.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nothing like it.
Exactly.
Nan record is nothing like Single Again record. Nan record is nothing like I Got a Thing for You with Keisha Cole record. Nan record is nothing like I Got a Bottle with Missy Elliott. Nan record is nothing like these records.
Perfect analogy.
So it's just how you're feeling, the mood. This wasn't my record. This was Trick's record. Like I didn't even know what Nan meant. I had to learn all this when I got in the studio. But when I got in there and said like, oh, what are we really doing? And what are you talking about? When I heard what you were saying, what I'm supposed to say? Because I'm thinking I'm just coming to do you a favor and pop my name on the song, and I'm coming here and I done did a whole verse. But the organic of it was the battle of the sexes.
Yes.
You're a man, I'm a female.
Yes.
I'm about to slaughter your ass in here.
Yes.
I'm gonna get all these girls like a million woman march, and we're marching on top of this.
You fuck these women up.
And that's that. And then we've been marching ever since.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, another thing too that I want to talk about, like, because you were just saying how, like, you can't be held to one standard or one song. But one thing that just over the years, people that have really paid attention to you can hold you to is the fact that no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, no matter what you have going on, it's always a certain standard of this probably ain't even a word, but like it's always a certain standard of like glamorousness or glamorosity.
The glamorous life.
You know, like
that was
it's
my
always
thing.
shiny. It's like it's classy, it's flash.
That's because I love
it's
Sheila E., the glamorous life.
Yes,
that's what
like,
I want. That's what I envision my life, just to be super glamorous, super flashy, very this, full of diamonds, this like that.
Yes, exactly.
That's the lifestyle. Like it's Miami's palm
like the
trees,
whole, like the shoulder, like
it's very over
all
the
of
top.
that.
Yeah.
Trina's one of the few people too. Not to knock nobody, but Trina's one of the few people that conquered love and hip hop. You know how you can go on love and hip hop and you conquer
love
it,
and hip
or it
hop
can
be
conquer
swallowing
you.
niggas. I ain't even gonna
Right,
lie. Like,
but that wasn't the case with Trina. She
well,
stepped on it.
So
Stepped
this
on
is
it.
the thing what people don't understand about. I hear this so much, and so don't forget, love and hip hop started. Where did it? Was it
Atlanta.
Wasn't
It was
Atlanta? Oh, Atlanta. Then
I
it
think
was
so.
no,
New
I
York.
think it was New York.
New York.
Atlanta, New York, one of them.
Well, New York, Atlanta, then LA before it came to Miami. So in the
Right.
realm of all of that, in this 4-year building of the Love and Hip Hop franchise, they were trying to get Miami at the same time. I wouldn't do it.
Right.
I wouldn't commit. I was like, no, I watched the show. You know, I'm not for the wig pulling and drink throwing. Not my style.
Right.
But it's entertaining. It was cool. And so everybody would be like, oh, is it, the show's fake? Is it scripted or whatever? And, I would just be looking at certain stuff, and I'm looking at the people on the show like, well, no, this is their real life. They got this going on, maybe certain stuff out of context or whatever. But anyway, moving forward, when I had did the Rockstar Music Group and I had started working with these artists, to me, I felt like that was like the moment to say, yes, I'm gonna do it, because the platform was television, and we didn't have no more like 106 in Park or like the MTV Yo Raps, none of that to be on. So these artists, we're in a different time.
Right.
Everybody, I can't make you into a me. Like, I can't make you have this big following and a hardcore fan base that started with you since you came out to now. You got to get online and figure out how to be creative and build fan base.
Right.
And so I felt like going on TV and having an artist that would help and that would showcase something. And then there is the whole Miami. There's Trick. Then there's Bobby. There's just the connection of it. It made sense.
Right.
It made sense. And there was me. It was standards. Like, look, I am a business and a brand. I came on here as a brand. I don't need to be like
Diminish
in a
the
space.
value
I'm
of
not
my
going to
brand.
do. We're not going to dissolve that.
Yeah, it don't have
We're
to
going to
be
go on
gimmicky.
here. I brought my brand to your show.
Yeah.
Your show didn't make me a brand.
Yeah.
So I came on there already very business oriented. Very much what I need to do is this is following my reality.
Right.
Like even with my last album, I went through the whole process of the downfall of it, the whole situation with my manager, the whole label. It was a bad thing. I was really living in that moment. I was sad. I was going through it. I worked so hard on this album. I had all the biggest artists on this album, and all that happened in real lifetime.
Yeah.
So this is what I want to show. I don't care about who's sleeping with who messing with who. I don't care about none of that. Let me do my business, put it on this platform, and let's keep it moving.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because otherwise, you get kind of lost in the hype of it. And then before you know it, you're just there and you're just constantly babbling off into drama. You're not elevating. It's not beneficial. Besides, okay, if you're getting paid, but what's the benefit after? What's the growth after that? You're going to keep like throwing drinks or fighting. Like what comes next? Like it has to be a next. And that's always the mentality I went into it with. Like it has to make sense. So if I'm on here, I'm always working. I'm always doing something. I always have stuff to do. We always got to make sure
We don't even have time for the bullshit.
No, I don't have the time for that. Like, like I have 2 keys to the city of Miami. We can't play around with that. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I always have that demeanor of that. Like, I worked hard to get in these spaces. I don't want nothing to like diminish that or take it down.
Yeah, knock me down off the pedestal that I'm on.
As hard as it is to get on it. So yeah.
How you feel about the temperature of music right now?
The temperature?
Yeah, like the flow of it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm kind of out of the loop of it some kind of way. I love all of the music. Like I like all the the new
The
artists.
shit that you hear.
Every stuff that I hear, but
Yeah.
I just feel like as I was more invested in it. I think social media kind of killed that.
Yeah.
It kind of like, shit, we lost a lot of great artists, like a lot of great artists that was the connection, the building bridges and making dope music. And people don't realize like as this is our artistry. Artistry is like to unite. This is why you guys love the collaborations. And there's a feature on this record, and when you see the video, oh, they done did their thing. This is why we do that. We love that, and it's being tore down. It's being like taken for granted. People are not even like realizing this has been. This 24 years. Some of these artists will not be around 24 years from now. You know what I mean? And when I think about that, it's like, wow,
Right.
because you gotta. Like it's our job. We having fun, we making money, you get in the bag, you turning up and all that. But realistically, it's like a 24-hour job. You working, you got to put your mindset in a work mindset in order to last. Because everything ain't gonna be hot forever. I don't care. I got classic records, and you go in the club, they're gonna still play them. It's not a new record. You get what I mean? So these new records that are hot today, right now, on this day, will not be hot. Probably not even in the next 2 months from now or 2-3 years from now.
Right.
So if you're not structured to like keep pushing and keep moving on that platform and keep building and keep collaborating with new artists and bigger artists and artists out of your element and doing stuff that you probably thought you wouldn't do, how is it gonna last? How is it getting better? Like so much dope music is with artists is not even here. Like you would never hear a new album from them. You would never hear a new project or a new song. You know what I mean? Because it's just not being structured like business. Like we just out here just messing around. Like if somebody don't physically like actually sock you and punch you or whatever, we ain't got beef. You just talking like
exactly.
Let me get my money. I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think a lot of artists even look at it that way until it's too late.
Do you think it's such things like gatekeepers in this shit for real?
Absolutely. It's definitely gatekeepers. Definitely. I learned that. I saw and I learned that. Yeah. I've heard it for years in my career, but I never knew what it meant. Yeah. I didn't. And then when I did Rockstar Music Group, that's when I learned what it meant. Because I was the person on the other end. I was the artist, but I was still not on top of the artistry. And I had to be the person doing what everybody else was doing for me that I didn't know about. And then now I get to see, and it just make you look at like stuff different.
Yeah. Like everything rigged.
Yeah.
Everything with big money rigged, you ask me.
Yeah, it's when once you see that, nobody could tell you nothing because you physically saw it and you like, wow.
What you think the acceptance of it is like? How you have to be? You have to kind of be sort of fake to get past the gatekeepers, right? Unless you vouched in for a nigga who already done been fake or some shit.
Most of the fake are already. That's like a little coat, a fake coat. It kind of like stick together. The fake run down to the thing. It just keep happening. But these, honestly,
like the Mean Girls.
Yeah, these the people in the industry that once you know about it and you know how it is, you see the moves and it kind of like, oh, all right, I see how you rocking. Yeah. But I already heard that. But you don't really want to judge nobody or think of what nobody will say because I don't like to do that. I like to see for myself or feel the energy myself. Right. Or if I heard now I'm finna peep game to really see is you moving like this. Is this really what's going on? Is this really blocking? Certain stuff. So I just paid attention, and when I seen it, I was like, wow. Like,
but how do you like when you do see it and when you do peep it? How do you prevent yourself from just being like, fuck everybody? I'm not dealing with none of this shit.
That's me. I don't want to deal with it. I don't care.
Me too.
I get from around. I don't care. It ain't my vibe. You know what? Y'all got that. Y'all could do that. I take a loss. I don't want to get. I don't need it. Like I don't. I just want to go.
I don't even want to invite.
I feel like it comes with more stuff attached. Like it comes with like a different obligation. It comes with like something else. It's always a something else after that, and then it just never stops. That's why you see people fall out, and it's big issues, or it's money, or it's something that done happened in the industry, and it done blew up so big you don't know about it. But now it's like, oh, you would still know he was doing this, and she was like, it just started looking real sloppy. I'm good.
Right.
I'm good. You know what I mean? I took a lot of losses because of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I realized a lot of money I lost because of that same situation. And just like, you know what? Me personally though, I think, because I'm a Sagittarius, I think I felt like inside like hurt with certain people that I just like look up to. What I thought was like, I don't care what nobody say, they moving straight. You can't tell me nothing because I've been around them. I know this person moving good. I know they doing good. Like they, you know. And when I really saw, I was like, no.
What you think make a motherfucker switch up? Like, what you think it is? Greed, envy, what is it?
Always greed, for sure. Envy comes with that. Envy is a thing of like one of those kind of things like we all doing good, but if you start doing better, I don't know, I'm the side eye kicking in like, nah, a person ain't feeling or giving the same love. I don't feel like that should be a thing. Cause like if we're together and you done came up, I'm like 10 toes down supporting and cheering you on.
Yeah, like
cause you came up.
You were fucking
I'm
going
ecstatic,
up.
like cause you're going up. I'm not sitting here.
Cause I know where you came from for real.
And we both was here. Like, like even if you start first, I know for a fact, if I saw you start first, you can't tell me I can't start. Cause I know when we both didn't start at all.
Exactly.
So if you done started, what's gonna stop me from starting?
That shit put the battery in my back.
That's what I'm saying. That's like,
possible.
all right, but I'm happy for you. Like, boy, you done made it. So now,
it's
like,
in the neighborhood. So
I could go do it.
Come.
Like, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's like, yeah.
Damn. So how important do you think it is to leave the people behind that can't go?
Extremely important.
How many people?
Extremely. I left a lot of people. And when I say left, mean like sometimes because people around me, they're close. This is like I call family. Like if I let you in, like we close. And like if I feel like I personally just feel like as growing and what I've learned, like people have expiration dates in your lives.
Facts.
Right.
They do. Whether you realize it or not. A lot of people say, you know, oh yeah, I've been knowing them 20, 30, 40 years. Yeah, you probably have. But 20, 30, 40 years, we are two different people right now. And probably the path that you on that was happening 20, 30 years ago, I'm not on that path. That don't mean be mad, jealous, or envious, or hate because I'm not on that path.
Right.
Even if you don't want to be happy, don't spew hate. We just went different paths. I'm not mad at your path, whatever that may be, even if it's higher than mine, even if it didn't go nowhere.
Right.
That's your choice of standing still and not moving.
Right.
So don't be mad at somebody else with how they gonna take off and move. But that's what people do. That's this thing. And for me, I just watch certain stuff and I don't care if it's 2 months or 20 years. If I ain't feeling it, if the energy ain't coming around how it's need to be for me, we gotta go. It's no beef. It ain't no long text message conversation. Oh, you know, I just none of that. We too grown to explain all that. Like we are in an element of our lives where we gotta hold. That's it, high and by. It's no catty shadiness. I ain't rolling my eyes at you. Nothing. I ain't talking about you or nothing. Hi, how you doing? Keep it moving. We ain't gotta chop it up. We ain't taking no selfies. None of that.
We don't.
It's a respect. That's it. We're not aligning in the same energy.
Exactly.
We're not transparent. We don't meet on the same level, mindset or nothing. We not going the same way.
And it's neither one of our fault. Nobody's wrong.
Right, it's just the path.
It's just
your
energy.
life path.
Nobody's wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's real. But some people can't accept that though.
They can't, and that's a lot of downfall, especially in our culture. That's why you see jealousy. That's why you see a lot of hate. That's why you see a lot of falling out. Oh, y'all was just partners. Y'all was boys. Y'all was connected. Y'all did a whole 3, 4, 5 albums together, and all of a sudden, now y'all want to kill each other. How?
But the nigga can't even say what it's about.
Nobody never can say what it's about. I just don't like this person. I hate this person, and there's no real problem. So it's just like it's better. You know what? You got that, man. I'm gonna just go on over here and keep on winning. Like that's all. I'm gonna go on over here and keep on winning.
How you manage to stay away from like the weird shit in the game?
I ain't no weird type of chick. I don't got time for no weird shit. Get that weird shit away from me. Like straight up. Like for real, like nah, for real, weird shit. I'm not shit. Yeah, I ain't with the weird shit. Like, bro, what you on? That's
what
weird.
Y'all do?
Nah, we not. I ain't come from that. I ain't never been around that. I don't roll with all that. Like you know what I'm saying? You got to stay real solid. Like don't come with all that. That's weird. No. We going the other way. Like that's you ain't never see me again ever. I ain't nothing.
You ain't gotta worry about me.
Never again. I'm talking about never. Not even the no function, no nothing, no none of that. No.
Real shit.
Yeah, no. I just stay over here on my side. Everybody stay over here on their side. I don't want to come. I'm good. Y'all have a good time. Like I just
a good old weird ass time.
Cause I didn't I just being honest. Like you gotta understand. Like my time of coming into the game. That's not what I saw.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just realistically stuck to what I saw, the shit that I saw, and that wanted to keep moving real shit. When shit started getting with all this, it started getting big. I'm nowhere in the space. I'm not even much in the category or even in the building. So I don't even. I don't care. Like I didn't see a lot of people just doing weird shit or acting weird or just being goofy and just
because I wasn't even around.
Like the industry done turned. I never saw that. We didn't come up like that. It was solid. It was like, I fuck with you. If I don't, I don't.
Right.
That's that. Like, and that's just always. That's like in the streets when you come up, your homeboys in your hood. That's the same thing. It's like it's no beef. It's just stay over there. You weird. I'm not saying don't be weird, but just stay over there.
Yeah, we're
I'm not weird. So just stay over there. Like ain't no beef, but just stay over there.
Great answer.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I don't align with that.
Like the blunt, I'ma stay over here on my side. Y'all gonna go over there.
Yeah.
It's big enough space.
Marriage. Talk about married life a little bit.
Married life is special life. It's a complete space to be in and to feel, safe.
A complete space. That's a
complete space.
That's deep. That's deep.
Complete space is when you are for sure about something that you know, not like, everybody been in a relationship or been in some kind of situation and you could be cool with somebody and it's cool, but is that your safe space?
Yeah.
Do you want to fall asleep in front of this person? Or is somebody gonna be doing weird shit, taking a photo of you? Like that's like so no. To me, like the safe space, trust the person you trust. The person you could say, I'm complete. I don't care about what's going on over here. I don't care who's checking for me over here or in the back.
How you spot that though?
You gotta be in that space in your life to know what you want and want to feel. Not like, when I say in that space, meaning you can't be the guy that's a single guy and now I'm finna go out with my boys and have a good time in the night. Now you in the party, there's a bunch of girls in the party, people in the party having a good time. And now you may see somebody you like or whatever, and okay, that's cool, whatever. Then after that, if you decide to meet somebody, it could be a party, it could be a bar, it could be a laundromat, whatever. But you go somewhere, you see somebody, and you meet this person, and as soon as you meet this person, your mindset tells you what it is that you want and need in your life. You know if you want to play. You know if you want to be serious. You know if you're tired of playing. You know if you're tired of being played. You know if you're just tired of all the shit you're tired of. And maybe this somebody you thought was cool. A conversation now, like, and maybe somebody you talk to and it's the first time you meet this person and y'all talk and y'all just hit it off. And when I mean hit it off, meaning internally, emotionally, like spiritually, everything connects. The conversation, the goals, the same path, the same dreams, the same, it's not always the same, but some of the same failures or mistakes or hurts or past. Yeah. And we all have a past. Right. So you just have to, I just honestly met my husband and we just had a real honest conversation. Yeah. I am Trina. This is my life. This is everything in my life. The stuff that you obviously probably heard, thought, or saw, knew for a fact, or didn't know, or wanted to know. None of that matters. I don't care about the YouTubes, none of that. I'm sitting right here next to you. Let's talk. What you want to know? Let's get it all out. Yeah. Let's ask the questions. Yes, no. Oh, I thought, it was a bitch. I don't care. No. Oh, you this was a photo. Oh, yeah, this did happen. Oh, this was that. Yeah. That was just how it started, and vice versa. He did the exact same thing to me. And it was just the connection came like I've never had a connection that was that honest and pure and real from the start. It always is more of an intimidation. And then I don't want to say a game, more like I don't know, like this is her.
Your opponent.
This is her. Yeah. So I don't know how to come. I don't know like what I gotta. Yeah. I'm coming with stuff that you don't even probably need to come with. Yeah. Your ego's all buffed up.
Yeah, trying to think for what you might want.
And that's not the case. It's a total opposite. So you are just be your authentic self. Again, when you be your authentic self and show up as you all the time, you gonna always
because it all gonna match up. Your handshake, your smile,
everything,
your heart,
energy,
everything gotta match up
posture,
the same.
Your conversation, everything that you're feeling, whether you feel comfortable enough to sit and be open and honest. Uncomfortable conversations are what brings out the truth, the real in you.
Facts.
The real uncomfortable. Everything that's
sure.
all the the good conversation, the butterfly, that's we hear that. But the uncomfortable conversations is what make you understand this. Do I want to be deep? This is deep. Do I need to be deep with this person? Like, the connection is deep with this person.
Yeah.
We're talking about stuff that I probably
I don't
didn't
wanna
even
talk
tell
about.
nobody. My homegirls, like some of my friends that have been around for 20 years. But now we built this connection. And that was the connection we started. And I just knew. I've heard every conversation you could possibly think of. I've been in situations, and good or bad, I always knew for a fact for myself, despite what anybody thought or said, the internet included. One thing about me is I'm always going to give my authentic self, me, all of me, 100% of me. If I don't feel that you're giving that back, I'm not sticking around for that. No matter what. We're not going to play the game. We're not going to play the like, love. We're not, because now we're putting ourselves in another situation that doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
If we're not going to align right away with what I need and what you need, there's no need for this.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
If something is not going my way, I'm not the girl that, and some girls, we all have our different ways, but I've been in a situation and it wasn't a faithful situation. And I left. I didn't say I left. I never told nobody I left.
Right.
Not even the internet. It's not your business. If you find out, you do. I don't care. I don't care to clear it up or explain it for myself.
For real.
What made sense to me, this wasn't making sense. It's time to move on. We're grown.
Right.
And I'm going to go on by my way. I'm going to continue to live my life, because what else do you do with your life? You don't stop living. You constantly live. You take life lessons. You learn. You value. You realize you take your own accountability for when well, maybe I overreacted, or maybe this wasn't, or whatever. But you, at the end of the day, if you need to be there, if you don't need to be there.
Right.
And when after being there and not being there for certain times, now I knew when this is what I wanted, and I wanted to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Salute
Nah,
on
that's
that.
dope.
Congrats on
Yes.
that. So, 24 years,
Yes.
marriage, book, movie on the way.
Movie on the way.
What's next?
Oh wow, man! It's just so much stuff I'm working on.
I want to talk about Trina Day.
Trina Day.
I want to get into that because
Trina Day is a big day.
It's such a big thing, like, that I feel like we need to discuss, because you do it all by yourself. It's something that you came up with, something that you decided to put on, and when you first did it, it was like one of the biggest community-based things ever that you kind of turned into for Liberty City and Dade County. So let's talk about that. Like, how did you come up with the idea for Trina Day? Like all the nicks and nacks and the little tweaks that you did to it to make it Trina Day with the decorations and all of the stuff. Like, how did you make it your day?
So May 14th is the day of I have in the city.
Okay.
That's my day. So that's where Trina Day came from.
Okay.
I have this foundation called Diamond Doll Foundation. Diamond Doll Foundation, I had started years ago, maybe like 2011 or 12 or whatever. And it was basically like for women.
Right.
Women that were have been through all kind of stuff, dealing with all kind of stuff. It could be, runaway, pregnancy, teenage pregnancy, molestation, abuse, all these things. And I would go to these group homes and we would go give makeovers and give back stuff to the women. And
I don't think people understand like how long you've been doing that.
So
either.
long,
like,
so long for these women. And when you go to these places, and the beauty of the day was, to make it special and, get them all dolled up and give them hope and make them feel good. And some of them would be like so afraid to even come out, and they been through so much in life. It would make me just sad. I would just look at them like, wow, I just couldn't imagine, it's just like being a woman and just out here by yourself with nowhere to go, don't know where to turn to.
Right.
Like, whether you were a child, a girl that got raped, and you have a kid, you had nowhere to go, and you just out on the streets and nobody to take care of you, whether you was getting off drugs, whether you was beaten, whatever was your thing. I saw all of this in these homes that I go and give back to, and I was just like, wow, like it's just so much stuff that happens in our community that we just live in our lives every day and we don't even really know or understand that's going on. So that's kind of how it started. And then fast forward, it was more like that was the start of it. I would just go every year. We would give back all this toys and clothing and just money and stuff for these homes. And then I would do a lot of the hospitals for kids.
Right.
And that was too much for me. It was unbearable because it was like the kids were sick and some of them, they were like in different incubators and stuff. You couldn't touch them or see them. And you have certain toy stuff you could give to them, but that was like breaking me. Yeah. It was heartbreaking. I was like, oh, I couldn't do it. I was just like, this is too much. It was very sensitive, but I would just give them stuff. And they have a certain list of things that they can accept and stuff they can't accept. And so move forward, I turned it into this community thing now. I just was like, it's so many kids in the community that, their parents, they're not able to show up. Like, sometimes.
And they need something to look forward to.
It's no hope. It's nothing to do. They don't have the money. They can't take them to the museums when they come. They can't do certain things. It's holidays, it's Christmas. A lot of kids don't get Christmas gifts or toys and stuff like that. So let me take it to the streets and let's give back to these kids. Let's do it in a way where it's a free event. I just get every kind of toy gift, whatever you think a child like, from computers to iPads to whatever them things they be sliding
bikes,
on cars,
baby dolls,
everything,
easy bake ovens, all that
money,
kind of
gift cards, all this stuff, and we take it out there. I get the mayor and the commissioners to come out. Okay. They give me a stage, and I'm just starting to do like performances, but it's like more kid friendly because this is a kid event. But to just keep it more about the people, the giveaways, the give back. You have food trucks, vendors, everybody come out. But I kind of like have my girl that does party decorations, and she come make the whole street into like this fairy tale land for these kids. Yes. And because I lost my niece to 2022 and she was 17. So I call it, her name is Sugar. Right. So I made it into like Trina Date. It's Welcome to Sugarland. Yes. So that's for all the kids, and it's all these stuff that goes on, and you have people coming out drinking. My family, my mom and them is from Bahamas, so I always bring the Junkanoo out and just bring the energy, just bring the different kind of vibes and have a good time, and invite the artists that's locally from Miami to come out and bring their kids out and just have fun and just give away stuff. Like, this is the day to just give, like, have fun. These kids get face paintings, haircuts, all kind of stuff. They just be excited. When you look at they running around this whole street. We block off like maybe 5 blocks of the street, the main street, and the police block it off, and just to watch the kids. Right. This is the moment they like enjoy. We give away money and stuff to like some of the kids that have great grades in school and different stuff. So it's just a good thing like I do to give back to them, and I just plan to keep making it bigger and bigger every year.
So seeing like, we see that it makes a difference in the community. It builds the kids up. It brings them joy and brings them love, and it gives them an opportunity, if they've never had one, to really like be a kid for a day and just kind of like live and exist. What exactly does it do for you on a personal, mental, and spiritual level to know that you're able to provide that to an entire community of people, and also at the same time honor your niece as well as your mom?
It's emotional. It's a lot, my mom have a store like right in the city where I do it at. I own the store, but it's not open. It's just a building. I own the building, but I haven't made it into anything yet. It's been closed down for years. It's just there. I have like a mural on it. Right. But just to go back to the city where I grew up at, in the same hood, in the same area, in the same places, the same street I walked, and it's so different. Yeah. Different than when I was walking on the street or growing up on the street. And when I came up, I would always give my friends stuff. Like, I was a little bit more fortunate. Like, my mom, had money. So I would give my friends everything. Like, if I buy something, I'm gonna buy 2. I'm buying my friends something. Or I'm gonna, whoever's with me, everybody's gonna get something.
They straight.
Across the street from my mom's house where I live, where we grew up at, the family there, they were less fortunate. It was so many of them. It was like maybe 6 adults and like 15 kids. So everybody that got their kids, they all live here with the grandmothers. Sweetest, nice lady. And I would notice, like when it's the holidays, it's Christmas, all this stuff, like they wouldn't really have stuff.
Yeah.
And so as I was growing up, this is before I even started doing music. Mm-hmm. We would give bags of stuff to them. I would just take everything from me, my sisters, my friends, my little brother. Mm-hmm. Everybody that I knew that was like, they don't want their sneakers no more. They got extra clothes though, but they don't want stuff or whatever. I would bag everything up, tie it up, and we would just ship like 20, 30 bags of stuff to them across the street. And then you would see the kids. They fresh going to school. Now they got on they think this is all new to them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just always did that and saw that. And now that I have my day.
Yeah.
And I know this was one house of people and family. The city and the community, there's so many more that have nothing. Nobody's dropping off no bags. Nobody's dropping off no clothes. The parents don't have extra money for the ice cream trucks or the stuff that the kids even want.
Right.
And that's the day I get to go and play Santa Claus, basically have fun, And I just love to see it. Love to see how they act and just I don't know. It's emotional. It's like one of those things, and to me, like everybody don't have it, you know. And we live our life, and my life is flashy, and I go make my money. I work hard, but when I still go back to the community I come from, they still don't have it, And it's just I don't know. It just make you feel good. Amazing, to be able to go back and do it, to be able to even be granted the day that they know to come celebrate you on this day, but to also go back, and it's just not me taking a day and it's the personal day for Trina and I'm gonna do a Trina celebration. No, I want to do it for the people,
for sure.
The kids, like the kids. Yeah.
You think that's a big key to your longevity and just being blessed as a whole, having that heart, and wanting to see people do good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I always just want to see people do the best that they could be, because this realistically, this is the only life we got. I don't know why some people think we got two, or they got a backup life after something go wrong. This is it. So whatever you're doing now, whatever energy you putting into your life, whatever you're pouring into your life, how you're manifesting your life to be, we're in the now. But one day, this now will be the future. And you may not be sitting on the couch in the now right then. Then what? So you're doing this now, preparing for those days, preparing for life to come, to be good, to make sure that you're okay. That's what we're doing now. And that's why I'm always wanting my friends to do the best that they can be. They don't have a job like mine, So now that we have the resources and there's ways to make more money in your business than you ever thought you could, let's explore that. Let's see how we can make this bigger. Let's invest more into your business. Let's put this business on a bigger platform, because it's bigger ways to make money than the old traditional ways we was doing it back before. So I'm always pushing for that.
That's what it is. Final words to a young female trying to get into this game.
The young females trying to get into this.
She's like a teenager. She want to get in the game. She want to be Trina times 10.
Man, that's hard, man. You know what? Because girls, we emotional. We have temper tantrums and all that. We just have our fits. That's what we do. Everybody understand that. That's what we do. All girls, all women. We have our moments, our times. That's what we do. But when you want to come into this industry, this is an industry that will build you up and will drag you all the way back down.
Facts.
So if you are planning to come into this industry, you need to make sure that your head is on straight.
Yes.
That you know what you want. That you are executing a plan that makes sense to you, and you have a support team or people that are around you to help you navigate that. Make sure your business is in order, your affairs, watch and protect your money, your peace, your space. Focus, because the internet have you so unfocused. Everybody's watching everything and what everybody else is doing. It's so many girls that I love in the game and that haven't made it yet. They're on their way, but they're struggling because they're caught up in what everybody else is doing on social media, what every other girl is doing as an artist, and they can't find their own way. They can't navigate their own way if they don't feel like they're doing what everybody else is doing. That's how you get lost. That's how you get unmotivated. That's how you lose the energy you want to even do this, you know? And it's a tough business, you know? It's a lot of girls, a lot of glitz and glamour, but then it's a lot of smoke and mirror. It's not all the glamour you think it is when you're in the business. It's a lot of decisions. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of hard work. And just because you could get in the studio and create a record and could build a content and could twerk in a video and, you know, pop it, behind that is where what do I really want to do kicks in at. Because this is only for the content. When that content is over, which we all watch for 24 hours or one day or whatever the viral moment is, and 3 days later, now what? I haven't found my moment. I didn't do the steps I needed to do to be an artist in this game. I didn't build a plan.
You ain't got nothing for sale after that moment.
You have to have a plan. You have to build a brand for yourself. You have to know exactly what you want to do, execute it, and do it.
Facts.
No matter what. Do it. If something don't work out your way, you ain't liking it, that don't mean give up. That mean maybe reevaluate, refresh up your starting kit, but just keep pushing, just keep moving. Stop being in a competition, in a race with everybody else. It's 1,000 girls on social media that's artists or up and coming artists. And as you can see, you see the time when somebody gets signed and the hype when somebody else blowing up and the songs getting bigger. But these same girls was once you too, trying to get that hype or get that spot or get that one record or that whatever that hit or whatever. They were there too. So it's no way to cheat the grind.
Facts.
You have to grind. You cannot cheat the grind. I don't know why people think that you cannot cheat the grind. You got to be willing to put in the work. Because what you put into it is exactly what you're gonna get out of it. If you put nothing into it, please do not expect nothing out of it, because that's not the way the real world works. You know,
take time to be overnight success.
No, for sure. I encourage you guys, like the girls. I like, you know, I push forward for you guys. You guys just need to stay motivated. You know, stay like seriously believe in yourself and know like if this is what I got to do, if this is what I want to do, then there's certain elements and things that I have to do to make this work. You have to treat it as such. If it's a hobby, you're gonna treat it like a hobby. If you want a career, you could look in the industry and tell who really pushing and focusing on careers, who really investing into themselves, who's really putting their stuff out there, who started from now. You probably heard some of these records and probably on the underground or something. They know it now. Here we go 2 years later. Oh, this is the hottest record in the city. But that just comes with work and constantly pushing and constantly like now we in a bigger space with social media, guys. You gotta be young girls. You need to be a businesswoman. Okay, you need to be a businesswoman because if you don't know how to do business, you're not gonna be able to do anything else. You know, none of this. All this stuff not gonna make sense. No deals, the label, all that stuff is crashing down. So you have to be a businesswoman in order to be in this business.
Yeah.
We know you did radio. You might need to do a podcast, Trina.
Yeah, no.
You might need the baddest podcast.
Let me tell you.
That's hard.
I did learn something as an artist about radio that I had to learn. And even for myself was a learning experience. Because when I got on radio, people were blowing me up. Like, play these records and play all these songs. I thought we gonna get on there. We gonna play whatever we want to play.
Don't go like that.
We got up there. They had a list of what the higher up. So this is what you gonna be playing. You ain't playing your favorite Beyonce record. And I would have been playing Beyonce all day on radio. They'd have kicked me off radio. No, we're not doing that. There was a list of what you gonna play, and I had to understand it because even myself as an artist, this is how I'm able to tell girls and like. We sensitive about our stuff. And when you an artist and you not getting radio play, your song's not radio, people just think you gonna walk up and just your song get on radio play because that's the record. It don't work like that.
Right.
It does not work like that. And when you an artist and you behind the scene, I mean you're not behind the radio scene, you don't understand the power of radio. You're arguing with your label, you're mad, you feel like you're not getting exposure. Why is no radio play? Why that? I hear this record on the radio all the time. You don't know the dynamics of what goes behind that. And I learned that myself.
You know how much money to make spent.
How
on that
much
song.
bag has been put behind it? Let's talk about that. And that's
Real
what I
shit.
had to learn and I understood. So I knew like, oh, so this what happened to my record that was on radio and it did do this. So this why and I as just being a mature artist and going behind the scenes and seeing it, I understand now.
Yeah.
I totally get it now. And so many artists don't understand it. They don't have a clue. They haven't even got to that level of even wanting to understand what that means. But radio, it definitely taught me that.
And them playlists and all that shit not
Mm-hmm.
enough. The playlisting and radio,
Yep.
you gotta pay for that shit.
We could not. I was getting all
Straight
kind of
up.
DM messages, writing on my Facebook, play these records and play these. I'm like, oh yeah, we going in there. I'm gonna play all. Oh no, you not. We ain't playing none of that. What you thinking? Like what? No. This what we playing. And I was like,
And the advertisement, they gonna play them songs and them advertisements, and you gonna talk in the breaks.
yeah,
Right.
That shit already ready to go.
already ready to go. All you gotta do is show up.
Well-oiled machine. Trina, much success to you. We appreciate you coming to Big Facts.
Thank you.
Make sure you check out her book, The Baddest. The movie's on the way. And, of course, tap in with Trina and check us out, too, at www.bigfactspod.com. Salute.
Salute.